Hello, everyone, and let me start by wishing you all happy World Children's Day and welcome to today's session on Kids Takeover. All children have rights, and those rights are enshrined in the Convention, which has been ratified by all countries. It's the most widely ratified human rights treaty. The theme for this year's World Children's Day is to listen to the voices of children, adolescents, and young people as you demand to be heard on issues that matter to you, issues that affect your future, and as you demand to be part of the solutions. Often we don't listen. We usually come up with solutions on your behalf. So we want, for a change, to stop talking and listen to you in this session. In particular, we want to hear your views.
My name is Mehmood. I'm a medical student and a social media activist. I'm extremely passionate about children's right to childhood. I believe that children have a right to be a kid and to remain a kid as long as they want, and also the knowledge of their rights. I believe that children and even adults should know about children's rights and should even know about the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. The COVID-19 situation has deeply affected us. My father has lost his job due to the pandemic, and moreover, being a medical student, I faced deep disruptions in my education because the lack of practical performances, because education institutions were closed.
So what would you like to see post-COVID-19? How do you reimagine the world?
I reimagine a world where every child is protected, where every child is educated, is healthy, is treated fairly, and where every child is heard. My advice to world leader would be that they should focus on the children, because children are the most precious assets of a nation. They are the nation's future. So if we focus on children, we will build great economies and great nations.
I'm passionate for the children's rights for equal education. That's why I'm giving some kind of tuition to in my community. That's those children not paid their fees. I give them education free.
I'm Rania from Pakistan Girls Guide Association. I'm a senior girl guide. I am also working as a humanitarian for my society because that's my own opinion that no religion is bigger than humanity. The most neglected thing in between all that pandemic era was children, because their mental health disturbed, also as well as their physical health disturbed. I think that in post-COVID, I really want every child protected, safe, and with good hygiene, with clean water, with at their self, and with their basic education and basic rights.
So my name is Zymal Umar, and I am 14 years old right now. I'm an environment and a social activist, and I'm working for children and for all the underprivileged people who are not getting their rights. They're deprived of financial support. And love. Mental health was a serious problem in this COVID. I think that government should take initiative in which they should, take a stand against the mental health, because that's really very important for the future of our children. Because if they're fit and healthy, only then they can do something for the country and for the economy, which is really very disturbed in these times.
And when you talked about mental health, I mean, what services are you able to access? Do you have maybe counselors that you can call when you need to? Or
Not really. This is what I'm saying, that our government should take an initiative for mental health as well.
just, you are change agents in your communities. So it would be great to hear from you, because it's about participation. It's about children taking over. And so we hope that we can use our platform to amplify your voices so that world leaders, Pakistan's leaders, can hear your voices. But you are already obviously doing quite a lot in your communities. So it'd be great to hear from you.
I'm currently working on child marriage on social media. I have an account on Instagram with about 33,000 followers, where I post about different things about on child marriage to convey to the people that the child marriage is a problem, and it is a very severe problem in Pakistan. And due to COVID-19, it is expected that numbers of child marriage cases and child labor cases will increase. So I'm trying my best to cope up with that, to raise awareness against it. And also, I'm also part of the National Youth Policy Forum, where it is formed by the government organization, where they have selected 30 youths from all Pakistan, where then they are allowing us to meet the lawmakers and to make new laws which are beneficial for the youth. So I'm trying my best to do anything I can for the students.
I'm working on my own NGO to give children free education. And the most important thing that the sexual education giving to our children in Pakistan are normally it's sexual abuse because it's a taboo. No one want to talk about it. So we are raising awareness for it because the cases are rising day by day, and it's really very dangerous. So I'm working for youth, almost 6 to 7 different organizations, which including Volunteer Force Pakistan and National Youth Assembly and different forums where we give the youth a chance and provide them a chance to speak in front of everyone, in front of lawmakers, in front of bureaucrats, so that everybody will know that Pakistan have good minds and great ideas. I actually gather up the children who cannot afford a Wi-Fi or an internet connectivity. So I just gather them up and then I provide them internet at my home by myself. So that I just want to serve my community no matter what way I can.
Yeah, that's really very inspiring work that you're doing.
And I'm also a part of Pakistan Girl Guide Association in Balochistan branch. I work for the young girls and children for going back to school, enrolling them in the government school, and try to solve their issues that we're facing in their homes. And I try to know their because I'm a psychology student, so I'm trying to know their mental health.
So my project's name is Z Bags, and I'm currently making bags for the environment. They are basically biodegradable bags. They're made of biodegradable material, and because plastic takes hundreds and thousands of years to biodegrade. So yeah, I sell these bags to help underprivileged children and adults as well.
That's really great, very impressive. Do you have questions for me?
Pakistan is facing a serious challenge to ensure that students stay and learn at college and schools. So how is UNICEF playing its role to reduce the number of out-of-school students?
So we work, first of all, to shape the policy, to make sure there's curriculum for accelerated learning. Then on the ground, we try to strengthen the capacity of service providers. We work with non-governmental organizations, and all across Pakistan, we do have this collaboration with partners to provide, accelerated learning for these young children. So that's those who want to then can be reintegrated in the formal education system, but others who want. And one of the things that we're trying to do now going forward is to bring partners together so that children also have access to skills development, skills for employment. So that is the next chapter now. And we have a roadmap, and we have been trying to get as many partners, including the private sector, to come on board so that it's not just about numeracy and literacy, but how do we really make sure these young people have skills, that will allow them to gain employment.
So my question is that what is UNICEF doing for gender equality and for children who are deprived of their rights just because of their gender or because of their color or caste?
Gender equality cuts across all our programs. We are looking at all our programs in terms of how does it really address issues of gender equality, for whether it is water and sanitation, education. We have a very strong focus on girls' education. We do have specific interventions, whether it is raising awareness and social mobilization, addressing issues such as child marriage. Girls, they are disproportionately affected when you're talking about children out of school. How do we really make sure we do have specific interventions? So we work at all levels. We make sure that there are specific interventions that address issues of gender equality across all our programs. So we do, as I mentioned earlier, we work at the policy level to make sure policies, curriculum, and so on are gender sensitive, but we also make sure that we train and service providers so that they are sensitized and they are able to deliver gender sensitive, gender responsive programs.
Being Aida Girma, what are the problems you face while fulfilling your job?
Oh, wow, that's a long. I think I don't know how much time you have. No, first of all, I would like to say I'm very blessed because I have a fantastic team, and two of them are here joining us. I have 350 staff and more. I think we're almost like close to 400. And one of the things about being a representative is that really making sure you have good people working with you and making sure that you empower them so that, trusting the people that you have. And as I said, I have really great people who, with a bit of encouragement, support, they're able to do amazing things. That I give them the space, that I give direction, but give the space and trust them and so on. That they're able to do far more than I even expect. So in that sense, it's great. Well, challenge is that, there's never enough, for instance, resources. So one of our, my job is to mobilize resources so that we have the funding to do what we want to do.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि यूनिसेफ जो है वो क्यों नहीं हमको यंग लीडर्स को क्यों नहीं हमें मतलब अरेंज करता वॉलंटियर अपनी सर्विसेज देने के लिए आगे बढ़े और अपनी अपनी कम्युनिटी में रह के कोरोना को कोप अप करने के लिए.
Actually, we have been working. Maybe we have not engaged all the young people, but I see that we already have volunteers here. But we have been reaching. UNICEF, since the onset of the COVID pandemic, has been working first on risk communication and community engagement. We are the lead agency within the UN, working with the government and civil society on making sure that the SOPs are followed, that we engage communities and that people take measures and take safety measures. So we have been working using media, using social media, engaging directly with communities. And we have been reaching out and we have been working with young people actually. But maybe definitely we need to do more, but that's definitely a very good question. So we will be doing. The other area where we have been working in terms of responding to as part of our response to COVID has been actually helping, working with government to ensure that we have infection prevention and control within healthcare setting and also within schools. We have been installing water, sanitation and hygiene facilities, distributing soap and sanitizer. We do the same thing in healthcare facilities, particularly where there is no water sanitation. Health workers then end up getting infected, patients again. So we've been doing that as well. And we've also been working hand in hand with the government in procuring PPE and other COVID supplies. So I think to end, I just have only one question to all of you. And then if you can say, I reimagine the world to be this and that. How do you reimagine the future?
My ideal world where every child has a right to a fair chance in life.
Equity and equality are providing to everyone, even they are animal, even they are humans, everyone.
I want a society where everyone gets justice and equality.
I reimagine a world with equality between all genders, ages, despite of their color or their caste.